The test leg of India's tour of the West Indies went pretty much exactly how it is the Indian cricket team would have wanted it to. Yes, there was the rather unfortunate occurrence whereby rain on day 5 pretty much washed out the day and ensured that there could be no result at all on the given day. But all in all, India did pretty well. The few youngsters that India tried ended up faring rather well in Test cricket. The likes of Rohit Sharma and even Virat Kohli got some runs under their belt, and they did end up sealing the series 1-0. However, there was a train of thought among a certain section of fans that maybe, considering the relative weakness that this West Indies team has when it comes to Test cricket in particular, that there should have been some more forward planning done in this particular edition of, let's say, the World Test Championship, this series rather, given the fact that there are sterner challenges coming your way in this future. Remember, you'll be having a 2-test series against South Africa, you will be playing England at home, you'll also be playing Australia away. So there's plenty of testing test series that are going to be coming up, and truth be told, India is in need of some bench strength. And this is a thought that was in fact echoed recently by Sunil Gavaskar in a column that he wrote in the newspaper Midday. He did in fact end up questioning why it is that India didn't, let's say, choose to test a few more youngsters in this particular test series, and what worth the runs scored by the likes of Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli had. Now, if it sounds harsh, let's take a look at what exactly it is he said and analyze how he meant it. First off, he said that the runs scored by Rohit and Kohli against this West Indies attack begs the question, what did the selectors learn that they didn't know already? Now, if this seems harsh, to be fair, you have to look at it from the perspective of, look, we know that Kohli hadn't scored a test century on, let's say, overseas conditions for quite a while, but everyone knew that he had the quality to do it at some point or the other. Similarly, we know that Rohit had been struggling for runs, but even if you go back to as recently as the Gavaskar Trophy series, we know that he had been probably one of India's best batsmen even in that particular series. So we knew it was just a matter of time that he'd find that form. Did it need them, let's say, playing the West Indies series to ensure that they would get back into form, or would it make more sense actually blooding a few more youngsters? That is in fact exactly what he asked. He said, wouldn't it have been better to try out youngsters and see how they take to Test cricket, or do selectors not want any challenge from the younger lot to established players? Now, obviously, the second part is Mr. Gavaskar's opinion. I'm pretty sure the selectors too would want that there is, let's say, a sizable bench strength and enough players for India to call upon in case of course, injuries coming your way. And truth be told, there have been some rather unfortunate longer-term injuries, including to the likes of, say, Jasprit Bumrah, Rishabh Pant, Shreyas Iyer. All of these players were dead certified starters in the Test team, and you're doing without them right now. And truth be told, your bench strength is a bit compromised. The point he's trying to make is that maybe now would be that time to be trying out more players rather than the few who were tried. And it is worth noting that players were tried out. Yashasvi Jaiswal did really well. Ishan Kishan ended up getting some runs under his belt. Mukesh Kumar impressed on his debut test, but according to Gavaskar, more players should have been tried out, because now is the time that you look to be, building for the future rather than actually just giving your current older players game time and letting them get easy runs under their belt. In fact, what's more, he even ended up saying that, and he's talked about the change in guard when it comes to the chairman of selectors, AajTak. He said, let's see if there's going to be any change in the approach to building a team, or if it will be the same story of the Indian team being the bridesmaid but not the bride. Again, pretty harsh words, but you cannot deny the fact that the Indian cricket team really does need some fresh thoughts, new ideas, and most importantly, an injection of fresh talent, because the current side, it does seem like they're all going to be getting old at more or less the same time. And at that point, you'd really be needing a lot of players to come in at around the same time and, let's say, step up and fill the void filled by these senior players. That, of course, is easier said than done, but it also makes, goes back to Gavaskar's first point, where he says that now, if any time, is the time to be trying out these youngsters rather than going back to the tried and tested. I do tend to agree with him, but what is your take on this entire matter? You can let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap the bell icon, leave us a comment, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and don't forget to download the AajTak app as well. Plus, if you're already on the channel, go ahead, check out some other videos that we've done. But for now, from my side, it's goodbye.